Hey there, my YouTube friends. We haven't met for a while. Sorry about that. I've been a little bit busy. We haven't met face to face. So I hope the video is capturing well. I'm using my new video camera, so hopefully it will come out okay. I'm going to show some pickups and some stuff that I want to talk about generally about video games. Show you some stuff and ask for some help and a trade also if anybody is interested, so let me know. So I'll first show you some pickups I did for PC Engine. Now that's what's great about PC Engine. I've been collecting PC Engine games for more than 10 years. I don't know, I can't even count how many years. Way more than 10 years. And the amazing part is that, you know, there's so many of them, you keep getting more and more, and you know, you always find out a couple of like PC Engine games that you never might heard about, but you didn't appreciate them, didn't think they were worth buying. So, you know, lately I got like 5 new PC Engine games, and I'm happy about most of them, and I'm going to show you. And I have 2 more coming on the way, and you know, maybe I get in the future some rare runs like Sylphia, but I don't think it is worth the price. Or I would definitely not buy a game like Sapphire. But I'll show you a couple of games that I got lately in pieces. So first game that I got, I actually bought online auction here in Japan, and that's like the best deal you can get in Japan is online auctions here in Japan. It's always cheaper than anywhere else. And the game that I got is the Summer Carnival Nexer Summer Carnival. Now I know this game is pretty rare. We got a good price on it. You know, the original version with the color artwork is extremely rare, and I haven't seen one in Japan, I think, ever. And this one is the Summer Carnival, which add a couple of carnival mode. For those of you guys that don't know, it's a mode that you know, it's like a 5-minute play to get the maximum score. I mean, if you're watching my video, you know what carnival mode is, and you know, I wouldn't care less about carnival mode. I don't really care about it. I cared more about the game. I had it already in a burned copy, and I thought it was pretty good, and I always wanted to get like a collectible piece like this. I would have liked to get the original one that has the cinematics, you know, I mean the cartoon movies in it. But this one, you know, it's a pretty good game. I mean, it's very challenging. It's considered more tactical, that there's a lot of memorization to do. So I mean, I'm pretty happy about this game. It's not one of my favorite, but it's definitely a very good one. And speaking about Carnival, then the other games I bought in Akihabara, and one of them is Alzadik, Summer Carnival 92, which I know a couple of my subscribers are fan of. And I didn't know for a long time if I'm gonna buy it or not, because I knew it's only 2 levels. But you know, I saw it in a store. I decided, okay, I mean, for sake of collection, I'm gonna get it. And you know, despite the game being generally good and nice artwork, I mean, I'm actually sorry that I bought it, because it is only 2 levels, and there's no boss. I mean, this game, it's a kind of I'm really sorry that I bought it. I don't recommend anybody to buy it, actually. I know some people like it, but for me, it's really not my cup of tea. Carnival games in general, and this game specifically, I mean, I was not really satisfied with it, not at all. Sorry. And then I got another game that I got, Mr. Heli. Now this is I just recently read a review, and again, we're mentioning shmups.com. It's a French-speaking, French-reading website. For those of you guys that can speak French, I mean, it's specifically dedicated in shmups and have great reviews of every game, almost any shmup that ever went out. And I recently read a review of this game, and it actually gave it a really high note. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get it, and I've actually found it. And Mr. Heli is a very unique game. I mean, you play obviously a helicopter, but you know, you play a cute helicopter. And the scrolling, I mean, the way the screen moves in this game, it's very unique, very unique. It's not your typical shmup. I mean, you know, your scene moves up, left, right, It's not your usual, you know, sliding screen world, you know. So it's a extremely good game actually. I was very surprised, very happy about it. And again, it's an good epidemic of PC Engine that is many hidden gems. And the next game that I was looking for, I bought a game recently that I thought was this game, but actually, you know, I bought the wrong game, which was a shmup with a boy in a cloud, Gokuraku Chukataisen, which is this game, and it's an arcade port. And yes, it's a kid, a little Chinese kid on a cloud, and it's fantastic actually. I was really surprised. Really good characters. I was very surprised. It's highly playable, fantastic game. Very happy about it. And the last game that I got, I saw a guy. On one of the YouTube videos, and he mentioned that game. It just sounded so funny, and the way he pronounced it, I found really funny. I don't know why. Not to ridiculous anybody, of course. My pronunciation is pretty funny too, but he was like, "Oh, and I got this game, Honey in the Sky," and I was like, "What? Honey in the Sky? Isn't it an awesome name for a game?" And it is an awesome game actually. You play, from what I found out through shmups.com, actually you play like a medieval Japanese statue, and it's a very unique game. Not a lot of people knows about this game, but it's really funky game. You play a figurine that looks like a penis, which is a honey, which is a shortening of the original name of this statuette. And it's a very unique game. I haven't played it that much, but it's got really unique weapons that you can, if you pause the game and then you press one of the buttons, you get like a new menu with all the weapons. And the unique part about it is that you have like a rotating arm that you can only rotate clockwise. You cannot rotate it to the left or right. You can only rotate it clockwise. So it's kind of a handicap, but still you have many weapons in this game. And I mean, your character develops. I mean, you get more and more weapons. So I didn't explore it completely, but this is awesome game actually. Very happy about it. So I have a couple more games that are coming. Actually, supposed to come soon. That I bought for extremely cheap on online auction. So I'm going to show it to you guys. And almost my PC Engine collection is finished. And then I found out I have an extra copy of Terraforming. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with this game. I'm not going to review it now. It's a very unique shmup. It's a pretty good shmup, I would say, on the PC Engine. Pretty unique artwork. So I got this one extra. Now I'm not going to give it for free. If anybody wants to trade for this one, I'm definitely down. If anybody can offer me something that will interest me, or again, one of the things I'm looking for, and I'm going to speak about next, is actually an RGB cable for the Super Nintendo. I mean, if somebody wants to trade, want to offer me like a game and RGB cable for the Super Nintendo, I would love to get it. So yeah, this one I got extra, so it's up for trade if anybody wants to trade it. Yeah, I was messing around. Now talking about Super Nintendo, I mean, my most important pickup. I'm not gonna keep the tension longer, and it's this one. This is the Microsoft boxed Microsoft Super Nintendo controller, and I found it for really cheap actually. I bought it on an auction. I ended up paying like I don't know, $26 for it boxed with the manual inside. The box, it's not new, but it's pretty good, and it's got all the manuals. Everything is inside, It even got like, all the manuals. It's got like those, I don't know, configurations. It's Microsoft has a cult following by now, and you can see the quality of the product just looking at the manuals. Now I already have the Microsoft ST for the Mega Drive, and this one is a little bit bigger, and I was very surprised actually. I was very surprised actually by the quality of it. I mean, It also has like the famous rotating button. Outlaw Star has already one of those. He showed one, so I was I also decided to get one of those because I became a big fan of Microsoft, and it's an extremely good controller. The right and left buttons are really located in a really good place actually for fighting stick. You have here like the dashboard, everything that you're pressing, all the configuration are displayed here. It's really cool, you know, considering that it's a 16-bit console, Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. Having this type of gear, that was really like amazing technology back in the days, and I think it is micro switched, and I tested it. It plays fantastic actually. Again, to show you, I have my recently modded also Super Nintendo, Super Famicom Hori stick, which is a lot bigger than the Microsoft one. It's a lot bigger and heavier. So I think both of them are good. Some games will play better on this one, and some games will play better on this one. But I've been looking for this one for a long time, and it really plays fantastic. I'm very happy I got it. It's a great collectible item. It looks fantastic. Anything that is Microsoft, I'm down. And yeah, so just to show you a couple of items that I have. I haven't seen it before, shown you before. No, this one has been reviewed already many times on internet, I bet. And it's the Superboy. Now I bought a similar Japanese version which stopped working. The game just stopped working. I don't know. So I guess some of the contacts inside. I don't know. I didn't bother fixing it. I knew that it's a cheap piece of electronic, and I don't know. Maybe I should have, but I really like the Superboy. I actually bought it from America. It cost me a nice amount of money to bring it here, but I love the look of it. It looks exactly like the American Super NES controller. It's got the same colors, and it plays Star Fox, so that's great. I think some games it won't play, but it's most of the games that I played all of them play with this. I think I can't. Maybe Phalanx didn't play with it. No, even Phalanx play with it. I couldn't find a game that didn't play with it actually. But Star Fox, a game that I rediscovered. I mean, I used to play it a lot, but a game that I got lately, and I went with my little brother he came to visit me in Tokyo, and I took him to buy him the new Nintendo 3DS, the large LL it's called. It's the extra large one, and I played Star Fox 3D on it, and it got me to go back and play Star Fox, the original Star Fox on Super Famicom. It's such an accomplished game. I mean, it's just an amazing game. I mean, 3D polygons, the playability is fantastic, music is fantastic. I mean, this game, I'm glad I played the 3DS version to go back to this one. Obviously the 3DS version is amazing, but this one is the original one, and it's still it looks amazing. It's fantastic. So it's great sometimes to pop it into the Superboy and play with it. I mean, I love playing the original software of Super Famicom, and the Superboy is great. It plays American, it plays the Japanese version, it plays any version, and the screen quality is fantastic. Just the sound is not the best, but it's good enough. It's got a reset button in it, so you can reset it quickly. I wish it had like an eject button, but it doesn't. But still, it's a great piece of machinery. And then, well, I've been looking for a while, and specifically after Faginaris' video that he did recently about the Extron. For a long time I wanted to play a PS2 game, some Dreamcast game, and especially the 360 games on my Sony PVM. And the only real way to do it is to get an Extron Emotia, which is, there's many models, but most of them are not good. Faginaris told me that they're a piece of rubbish. And I recently purchased Extron Emotia. It's still in the United States. It's on the way because they couldn't even ship it to Japan. I have to ship it to a friend in America, and he's going to ship it to me here. so I'm waiting for it, but unfortunately it came without a power adapter, and I believe Faginaris pointed me towards a certain CPU. I don't know. Listen, guys, I'm not the biggest expert on power supplies, but well, he told me that what I'm looking for is ATX PC PSU, which is basically kind of like a cube-looking power supply for computer, which give 5-volt and 12-volt supply. I don't understand exactly why it has two type of voltage. Maybe somebody can explain to me why it has 5 and 12. And I know the original power supply for the Extron Emotion has minus 12 also, but I don't believe it is used. So if anybody can tell me if I need the minus 12, but I don't think so. The thing is, I'm supposed to connect how do you call that, a DIN, which is like the rounded connection with 5 pins. It is supposed to connect to. It is supposed to be connected to the back of the Moshia, Super Moshia. And I saw already wiring diagrams, but still I'm still concerned a little bit what happens when I disassemble the power supply. Will I find where I'm supposed to connect the DIN cable? So if anybody has any tutorial, if anybody can explain to me, or better, if anybody has an experience considering the power supply for the Extron Emotion, I'll be very grateful. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Just watch Wagoner's video, but yeah, I really want to play 360 games on the PVM, on the Sony PVM monitor, because I recently went to Akihabara with my little brother when he was here, and I went to the arcade and you know, played all the cave games on the Astro City, and you know, I don't see any way in the future that we can have an Astro City, but I definitely want to get as close to an Astro City. And you know, in order to do that, I can use the perfect arcade conversion of the 360 with Extron Emotion, and downscale it to 240 DPI resolution. And yeah, so the only thing between me and that is that power supply. So if anybody has any tips for me how I can how to connect, I mean, if anybody can explain to me a little bit about power supply, about PSU, the ATX PC PSU, what goes inside, and where I can find a 12 and 5-volt and ground, because I have no experience. So anything that is power supply concerned, I mean, I know it can fuck up the device. So yeah, I mean, you know, if anybody can give me advice about that, I'll be very grateful. So thank you for watching. I hope to do videos soon. I'm a little bit busy lately, but I hope to do some game reviews, and I love you guys' video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. So have a good one. Ciao.